Hello, Mr. Laylis' students. This is Mrs. Martin, and I am going to do a little recording of the lesson I would have done in person for the Kite Runner Photo Story Project. I'm actually working with another class in the library, so I'm sorry I can't be there in person. But I have a Pathfinder for this project that will hopefully guide you in the right direction, and you can access this through the library website. And right here under Pathfinders, and then it's at the top, the Kite Runner. So before you get started, I will just say that I find Afghanistan a very fascinating country. I was a history major, and so just thinking about it historically, Afghanistan was taken over by the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Then the Taliban took it over, I believe, around the 90s, 2000 era, well, definitely the 90s. And then, of course, we had 9/11, and then the United States and other countries invaded. So it's a country that's changed a lot in the last 50 or so years, and I just think that part's interesting. This project is really important because there's so much you need to know about the different ethnic groups, the history, kite flying, all sorts of topics that are involved in this project that will really help you understand the book in general, every chapter pretty much. So please take advantage of this. I hope you enjoy learning about this country and reading the book. When it comes to reading the book, I have an option for you. We have the audiobook, I believe 2 copies of the audiobook for the Kite Runner, and you can check that out in the library if you prefer to listen to books in addition to reading them or instead of reading them. All right, so with this Pathfinder, usually I include recommended resources, but in this case there's actually one required source for this project. So let me jump right to that. Right here in the reference background section, you will see a lot of database type sources. This one right here, Country Reports, this one is required for all groups to use. Maybe you used it before in your foreign language class or your culinary class. It's a database about all different countries around the world. We do pay for this one, so it is password protected, and you have all the passwords you need on the Pathfinder. This link will take you right to the page on Afghanistan, and you all will be using different links depending on your topic. So let me show you some examples. First of all, photo gallery. This is nice. These are photos about Afghanistan that have been curated by Country Reports, so maybe you'll find one on your topic. I really suggest you use the databases for their photo collections in addition to Google. With Google, you really have to double check the source. And the reason for that is when images are put on Google, they are tagged so that when you do a search, Google knows what you're looking for and how to find those images. But when someone tags an image, there could be a human error, or they could be assuming that that person is from a certain place or that building is from a certain country. So I really want to just caution you when doing a Google search to double check where that source originally came from. So when you click View Image, click on, make sure you go directly to the website that image is housed on. Okay, so besides the photo gallery, here we have history, and then there's a timeline. So this will be great. I think there's 3 groups doing history. That'll be good for you guys. There's current events. I believe that group has to focus on the last 6 months. So here we have the last few days. What else? We have demographics. I'm hoping this is ethnic groups. Oh, here we go. So this is interesting. the Hazara, I hope I'm saying that right, and the Pashtun are the two groups I remember from the story. So you can see the disparity, 42% versus 9%. So that's interesting. So that's sort of how Country Report works. It's not a lot of text. It's a mixture of short paragraphs and data. So just go through, here we have education. One of the groups is doing that. Again, some visuals and some data until you find your topic. So that is Country Reports. It's a database. Another database I recommend you check out, Gale World History database. And what I would do is just a simple search on Afghanistan. And I think all of you should check out this main article right here. This is a great overview. So you will see, once again, it's broken up. So history, ethnic groups, that will be related to at least 4 groups, 4 research groups. Classes, it's a major part of the story. Gender roles, marriage. So just scroll through until you find exactly what you are looking for. Another thing you guys might all benefit from Gale, depending on, doesn't matter what group you're doing, what topic you're doing, is they have 96 images that are, again, curated by experts. They have the date, they have a description, and then they also have this citation tool, which gives you the copyright information, and it's in MLA format. I want to go back and show you another example of that with that main article, because there was an error that I want to show you. So this article has MLA citation. However, sometimes there's errors. Gale makes mistakes too. This would not be in all caps. So use the citation tools, but double check them from what you know about MLA. Okay, so next, Grolier. It's encyclopedia. You also need to sign in. I did that earlier, but password, username and password are on the Pathfinder. I'm going to do a search on Afghanistan. You'll see there's 23 images in their collection, so that will be useful. And then they organize their sources by reading level or grade level. So we're looking for the 3s and 4s. I'll try this one. And we have the citation tool here at the bottom. And then, like the Gale article, it's also broken down by topic. So we've got people. This would be for ethnic groups. Education. This is a topic that might be hard to find on the web, so it's nice to see 2 paragraphs here. The arts also might be difficult to research, so check out all these sources until you find what you need to accomplish your assignment. You can also do an advanced search, so I'm going to do Afghanistan, and ethnic groups. I know I want to make sure that Grolier is pointing me to my topic. And let me try this article here. The land and the people. Okay, so this one has what I'm looking for. So those are 2 ways to search in Grolier. Another source I want to recommend in this reference background topic is the CIA World Factbook. I can't think of a better source for country data than the CIA. It's going to be up to date, which you can see this one is. and it's a lot of, well, there are some photos, but it's mainly data and statistics. So here we have people in society. So I think this, could be helpful since it's not a project where you have to do a lot of writing. Some of the data could be useful for you guys. All right. Next, we have books for this assignment on Afghanistan in our library. Here's the call number on how to find them. We also have an ebook that you guys can access by logging in with your username and password. I should point out, let me stop here for a minute and point out that in the back of your handout, I believe it's the last page, you have a source rubric. So what that is encouragement through points, encouraging you to use high quality sources. So you will see that databases, so examples are Country Reports and Gale, are high quality sources given a 5 out of 5 points. Because they're written by experts, we can rely on them, we subscribe to them. Grolier, we also subscribe to, but it's more of a basics source. An encyclopedia is a basic source, so that's given a 3 out of 5. Books are given a 5 out of 5. So you need 20 points total in research for this assignment, and you can also get those points through websites. And I have some here that are recommended, and you will see from the titles that they relate to different topics. So we have history, kite flying, here's poppy crops, so that's the economy, Afghans of Fremont, that's on Afghan Americans living in Fremont, California. So, use these. These are good sources, PBS, it's educational, New York Times, we have an example of a newspaper. So those should be what you look for when searching for 4 out of 5 websites. If it's a very general source with a non-expert author, it's going to be less than 4 out of 5 points. Lastly, we have some photo collections. So this might also help you in addition to doing your Google search and then looking at images from the database. So I hope this can get you guys started. If you have any questions, please come see me in the library, or you can email me at dmartin@eduhsd.k12.ca.us. So good luck on your project.